Welcome back to this part, and in this part I'm going to be sewing the buckle to my buttonhole over there. That's what I'm going to be doing to this part. So over here is my first seam, and this is the start of the outer apron. Then I have the buttonhole, and the buttonhole is on the second seam. It's a logical conclusion that I have to now put my buckle where the buttonhole is. Now I have seen some kilt makers put their buttonhole over there, but for me it doesn't seem logical. Surely if I want my strap to come out, then it has to come out where the buttonhole is. So for me it makes sense to be putting it there. That makes sense? So I'm going to be putting my buttonhole, I'm going to be putting my over there. Can you see? Over there's the buttonhole, so that's where I'm going to be putting it. There. Now, can you see I've got that red line and a bit of green and red? So what I'm going to find here on this section is a red line with the twill running the other way. Can you see it? That's upside down, so I've got to have it that way. So I'm going to take, and it's also dark, can you see it? It's a dark green rather than a light green. So I'm going to take this red over there, I'm going to take this little section, and it's all black. So that section, can you see that section? I'm going to be cutting out that section because that is what's going to be making there. Can you see that? So I'm going to be doing that there, that there, with that black line down at the bottom. So kinda over there, and that's it. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. So I'm going to snip that there and snip that there. So this buckle is at 25 millimeters. So I'm going to be building my buckle so that you don't actually see the inside. So that is going to be where I'm going to be cutting it there. And I'm going to be cutting it on this side about over there. So that's where I'm going to be cutting it. So with this piece that I've just cut off, I wanted to try and look like this little section there. That's what I want. I want to try and remember this piece is going to go over there. So this is what I want it to look like. So from there, there's the black, there's the line. So it's going to be over there. There it is there. There's a black line there. There's the center bit. And then this bit over there is on the top of the black there. So again, I don't have to have all of this underneath there. I can cut that out. There's there. And it's on the top of that black there. So that there, from black to black. There it is there. That is stage 1. I've got that section mirroring the section underneath. So as it looks right now, I've got that red line coming all the way down. So when I stitch that, you won't even see that there's a stitch. That buckle goes over there. So this section goes on the inside there, allowing for this to come out, because you want that to come out. So that's exactly where I want it. So if that's exactly where I want it, then I need this little section over there to be underneath. Can you see that? So now I must fold from there. I must tuck that there underneath there. I must tuck that underneath there. So the first thing I must do is cut this a little bit shorter. Cut it shorter, and then that section I'm going to be folding under. Like that. How does that look so far? There we go. So I'm now going to be putting this, tucking that in there. I'm very happy with this. So can you see this center bit where I need this piece to be is over there. Right? So what I can do now is I can stitch this section. If you follow my pin, I can stitch there and all the way around over there. Once this is stitched in, then I can release this flap and then I can put my buckle in. This for me seems to be the logical, easiest way of actually doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stitching from there, go around, stitch that in, stitch that in, stitch that in from there. Because if I look at that there, so I've got to start stitching from the outside of the red, That's it there. Now because I'm right-handed, I've got to turn my material 180 degrees. And I'm going to be start stitching from the inside red or from the outside red, there. So almost like a gold box. I'm going to leave this section because I still have to put the belt buckle in. So I've taken my silk and I've made it double. And I'm waxing it, and I've got a fairly long strip, maybe a little bit too long, but I guess maybe about an arm span. I start under the kilt because I don't want my button, I don't want my thread to be showing, so I start under. There it is there. I'm just going to bring this up a bit. There we go. So it's not in my way. Okay, and that looks good from there to there. Alright. So there's my first one in. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing down. I'm not actually stitching it. I'm not stitching it. I'm going to the edge of it and I'm pushing it right in all the threads and I'm going down. So I'm not actually stitching it in. I'm going from the absolute corner up into the corner up. Then there it is there again. Can you see I've just taken the end, just nicking the corner, push it all the way in. So I'm not stitching like that. I'm going all the way into my, all the way in. If I turn my, it's going all the way under. And the reason for that being is it's offering a lot more support. All the way in. All the way down. Now when you do it this way, you just got to make sure that the bottom is tucked in. Here we go. And the top down. And then from the bottom up. And then bottom down. Right, so what I've done there is I've done that little section. Now I'm turning my tartan again. Now I'm going to be doing this little section. So can you see, instead of pulling that, I'm just going to be tucking it in. Alright. Now I also want this to be parallel to that. So can you see it's running diagonally out like that? So I've got to bring this section in somewhat. Like that there. So that's looking good. So I'm going from the top down. And you just want to be nicking the edge. You don't want to go too deep into the tartan. And you also want to make sure that this line is still parallel to it, which it is. It's looking good. Where are you? Wax your double thread periodically. Alright, how's this looking? That's looking good. So almost at that section there. Alright, I don't want that too wide, so I'm going to bring this slightly in some more. And I want that just showing on the black. Alright, that corner has jumped out somewhat, so I've just got to bring that corner in. There we go. And because I brought it in there, I've just got to push that outside one out a bit. Like that. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, I'll stitch that down. Bring my needle back through. And again, you just want to be nicking the top. I'm just going to work my way all the way to the red. Doesn't help that I've got a camera right in front of me. because the camera is right in front of me, I've had to raise my light somewhat. So my light is usually lower than this. Alright, bring it up and press pause. Alright, so this is what I've done up to now. I've stitched this section, and there, and there. This is the back. That's what it looks like at the back. And again, the back doesn't look that fantastic, but it's not designed to. It's the front that makes the difference. And you can't see any stitching. Again, I'm sure if you wanted to, you could stitch the conventional, but because this is bulk, I wanted to go all through all these layers. It just adds for better support. Now I've pushed pause on that. Let's just take, so we want that to look like that there, you see. So you want that to look like that there. So can you see that is just on the outside there, which is perfect, so you don't really see it that much. This buckle is covering that, which I like. This center bit, this front bit here, is at the top, so I need this to go pierce through there and round about there in order for that to work. So in order for that to work there, so I've got to now lift this section and put my little feeler gauge there. Now I'm not cutting anything, I'm only making a little gauge there. In the event you need to move it, you can. So this is just a rough gauge. So with that little indent to the hole, I'll bring that over there through the outside. There it is there. So that's in there now, like that. Can you see that? Can you see there's my little gauge there that I made? Again, it wasn't the best. So over there, go through all these layers, over there. There it is there, and I just, without harming the thread, just push it through. It's all about over there, and we see if we like it. Do we like it there? I don't know. Where's the other bit? Just as long as that is over there. I think it's too far back. We're going to bring it forward a bit. So we bring it forward a bit. That's why we don't make any holes. We just gently massage it into place. Gently massage it. There it is there. Because once it's down, now is that better? Let's see. No, it needs to come forward a bit more. There we go. Is that too far forward or is that good? Big change, eh? Big difference from there to there. Put that one in there. So do I like that? I think so. That looks good. Alright. So as it is like this, I'm going to now be pushing this excess flap through my buttonhole down over there. So instead of sewing this like that, which I could do, I'm just going to be pushing it through my buttonhole, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Right, so you line it up. Again, this is nice and relaxed. You line it up and you just push it through the buttonhole, just like that. This side as well. There we go. Through the buttonhole, just like that. Just like that. Alright. Now once I've got it through the buttonhole, I'm going to turn it upside down. Turn it upside down, and all of this tartan gets pulled on this side there. Can you see that? And once it goes there, just do a few magic pins and a magic pin there. Alright, so there's my buttonhole. So I've just pulled this excess fabric through the buttonhole, and that is what it looks like on that side. There we go there. There we go there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be sewing this section there. Then I'm going to be sewing this section there. And I'm going to be pulling this nice and tight and sewing that section down there. And that's what I'm going to be doing now. Right, so now that I've got this portion on, you're going to see why I go in and out rather than just nick it, because I can't. So with my left hand I'm holding this nice and firm. With my right hand I'm seeing where the needle is. I'm pushing from the bottom up. From the bottom up. There it is there. And then from the top down. Try not get it through this material here, because we still have to pull that. Now I'm at the bottom and I make my way up. There it is there. Can you see it? It's just gone through. Now if I was stitching the conventional way, I wouldn't be able to get in there, hence the up and down. I'm just nicking the outsides again, going all the way through. Now with that bar, once I sew that bar down, and making sure that my buckle is nicely parallel to the buttonhole. Once I sew that little bar down, can you see that bar there? Once I sew this bar down, then this top section is nice and tight. Then I'll stitch all the way over there, and then I'll end that and come here, then stitch that little section there, and then I'll turn it around and then stitch that section in. So way off there. Just making sure that I'm not stitching this section there. I can relieve this now because I only put that there for your benefit, not for mine. And I don't want to go through all of that unless, now can you see I've got that section there. If I'm going through the whole lot, I might as well just sew the whole lot down then. There it is there. I'm just making my way to the center, making sure that this is nice and parallel. Now when you stitch the bottom, the back down there, just make sure that your buttonhole is open, right? Okay, you don't want to be stitching that closed. And you want your stitch to go as far forward as you possibly can, because that strengthens the stitch. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Now whilst I'm there, it's nice and comfortable. I haven't pulled this too tight. Whilst it's there, turn it upside down, and I just catch these little bits. Again, I'm not pulling it, I'm just making sure that it's out the way. Because if I pull this too tight, then it's going to move that red line. If you see the red line not parallel, perpendicular there, then that means that you're pulling that too far forward. So I've just pulled that through the hole. And because it's through the hole, and I haven't cut it that long, I'm just going to neaten it up a bit. So it's just going to take a few stitchings to get it through. Again, I'm working upside down again, which I don't like. So all I'm doing now is I'm stitching that tartan. Just stitching this down. So I'm going through the canvas and going through the tartan, but I'm not going through the canvas to the other side. I'm only stitching this section here, getting it out the way. Now I could have, of course, made this section a little bit longer, but me, in my infinite wisdom, I didn't. All I'm doing is I'm getting this out the way. And tie it off. And cut it. Now this section of the green you won't see, because it's going to be covered at the buttonhole by your cotton canvas. I'm only just stitching this down so that it doesn't fray anymore. Again, this is behind the scenes construction. But you want it to be somewhat neat. In the highly unlikely event, you need to unpick this. Now I'm just making sure that there's that hole. And I don't want to be stitching through the hole. Because if you stitch through the hole, you won't be able to get your leather through. Alright, so I think I'm happy with that. There we go there. So now, can you see there's that half moon there? There's another half moon there. When I put my cotton on, I'm going to be going just over there so you don't see it. There it is there. So I'm going to be leaving it like that. So this is going to be visible. That section there is going to be visible. But this section there, from there, this way, is going to be covered. Alright, so my needle's here now. I'm going to be pushing my needle through to the other side. And I want to see where on the other side it comes out. So I've done the top section there. Now I'm going to be doing the bottom. So I'll turn it upside down. And because I'm right-handed, I'll turn my whole tartan around. I feel where it is. There it is there. Has it gone through that one? No, it's looking good. I'm checking my gauge, looks alright. bringing it up. So currently where I'm at now is over that little section there. Can you see that section? That's where I'm at. So once this is nice and tight down, then it's not going to go anywhere. As soon as this is loose, then the buckle moves like that. So you want to get these two and these two nice and tight. It's very rigid, so it's not going anywhere. That's where I'm at now. Right, now moving back towards the end, there where that red line is, and I want that red line to match up nicely with the other red line. That's our whole idea with tartan, with kilt making. You just want it to look symmetrical. If it's not symmetrical, your eye will pick it up straight away. And then remember, we have already stitched the back. So we just end it off there. Turn it around. There I am. And I just tie it off. Take my Ernest Wright scissors. Give it a snip, and now let's be the judge. What does it look like? Is it okay? Do I have to do it over? Hope not. Does it meet? Does it look good? Does it feel good? Does it work? You tell me. What does it look like? Now, anything further than that, I don't like a mass protrusion. It just looks untidy. That to me is okay. It doesn't look untidy. The lines down there still match up. This line matches up there. It's appealing to the eye. This is running at perpendicular. It's not running all wonky. If you look at that red line there, can you see that red line's going all the way down? So it looks like it's part of that tartan. This is sewn in nicely. And again, for you guys working in metric, this is 1.5 inch or 25 centimeters. All right, now when I put the buckle in, when I put the belt in, that's it there. So it goes in like that, nice and easy. There is there. I put my holes in right at the end, not now, right in the end. And then by design, that goes on the inside of the kilt, and by design we should have about that much protruding on both sides. So you want to see the leather. So you should have about that much protruding at the end with the holes in there. So I don't start my holes over there. I take a measurement once I've tied the tartan up, the kilt up, and then I make my holes, and I only make about 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, with that having no holes. So that's it there, quite easy, simple. Looks nice and neat. What do you think? It's tough, it's not going anywhere. I like the fact that this section there is over there, that I haven't brought this way back like I have seen some other kilt makers. They have it relative to there, they have this section there. So you see a bit of the belt before that. For me, it doesn't make sense. So I like it like this. It looks good. Can you see? You can't even see the bar tack now. The bar tack's there. The bar tack's there. Nice, even, and that's what it is. I'm very, very happy with that. Now, to finish off this presentation, there's my first seam with the outer apron. Then I've got the second seam, and that's where my buttonhole is. So as I move on this kilt this way, there's the first seam on my inner apron. So this is going to go over there, exactly the same way as this one there. So can you see? Goes over the green, goes over the line. Can you see it goes over the line there? So this one is going to go over the line there. I'm going to be putting it right there. So I'm not going to be videoing this because you saw how I did that one before. It's exactly the same way. So I'm going to choose a piece of tartan like that. There it is there. I'm looking for dark tartan. There's the dark. I'll make sure that the twill is running this way. In this way, it's running like this. I've got to turn this upside down or the right way around. There's some measurements or previous markings there. So I'm going to be doing exactly what I've done there. Now it's got some black. So black on black. There it is there. There's the red line. I'm going to be cutting it there. And cutting it there. And making my little box. Once I've made the box, I stitch the back in first. Once I've done the back end, then I can manipulate this little guy into there. Once this guy's been manipulated in, remember I'm not making a hole through this tartan, I'm just gently guiding. I'm not cutting anything, I'm just gently guiding, so that in the event the hole is by mistake, I can take that out, massage that in, and you don't even know where it is. Alright, so we're not cutting a hole, we're just gently making a slight little hole there. Alright, so I'm going to be stitching that over there, and I'll show you the finished product. Well, there's the finished product. Again, paying particular attention to the symmetry. There's the line, and the buckle is just going over the line. And if you look at that one there, there's the line, buckle going just over the line with the buttonhole opening over there. If I turn it this way, that's what it looks like on the inside. Again, it's not beautiful, it's not designed to be beautiful, but it's there. And if I turn this guy over, there it is there with a nice buttonhole over there. So that was it. I'm very happy with that. The lines met up quite nicely there. Met up nicely. I'm very happy with this. And that's it, the buttonholes. And the